Hello. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I had to go gift 10 gifted subscriptions to Malf because a hockey team that he doesn't really root for beat a hockey team that I don't really root for, but Lannister always pays his debts. He has me defeated by 5 gift subs right now. It is a horror. It's just an awful bet, okay? Because every time, like the longer the series goes on for, the more money Twitch makes by facilitating our friendly bet. It's the closer the series is, the more Andy Jassy makes as a result. It's crazy. Jeffrey always comes out on top. Andy Jassy always gets his pound of flesh. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. It feels weird to be back. It feels weird to be talking. Anytime I'm away for like more than a normal week, even after a normal weekend, it's kind of like, I feel like it takes a little bit to get back in the groove. But after a long weekend especially, I ceased to be a streamer. Like I forgot that I had a vocation and I just became like a guy. Like I was just like cooking and cleaning and walking around and maybe like, getting a little sleep and stuff like that. Just like a guy. It's nice to be back though. I don't have to hide when I do the dishes, unlike you. And what's my wife going to say? She'll probably say, thank you, because I did the dishes. I've been waiting for NL spicy Subway takes after the John Oliver segment. Hold on. John Oliver Subway. I'm going to look at this in just a moment. However, I will say that I don't know if this is just in Canada, but there is a new Subway commercial that I've seen while watching a little hockey. And it's they have a pro snowboarder, and the whole point of the advertisement is that, hey, it's the Subway Eat Fresh Refresh. We got a snowboarder. We're casual. We're leisurely. If he screws up some takes, whatever, man. Hey, Mark, the camera's over here. Hey, Mark, you said the word wrong. Blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, honestly, finally, I'm excited that Subway is embracing its brand and unifying behind the idea that Subway's kind of shitty and sloppy. No longer is it like, hey, firefighters eat our sandwiches to like lose weight. Now they're like, it's Subway. We fuck it up sometimes. We throw some shit on the ground. Your sandwich won't close properly. We put the avocado on top of the shredded lettuce so you get it all clumped up. It doesn't spread right. Whatever. You don't respect yourself. You're here. It's not a perfect sandwich. It's not a perfect commercial. Why John Oliver just called out Subway? John Oliver is one of the richest late night hosts on television. Seems this is the Link Farm Ouroboros. Is it? You didn't have to start your sentence with that. You could have just reported the damn news. But MASH.com has to link to a previous article that MASH.com or something in the MASH network wrote that allows them to get a link here. Okay. On a recent segment of his show, Last Week Tonight, Oliver put the company on blast for more than just the signature smell of its restaurants. That's another article from Mashed, which have an odor Oliver described as, what if bread could fart? Classic, man. He has a bone to pick with the way the chain treats its franchise operators. Okay, fair. I'm just scrolling until I see the news, so I've scrolled past like 7 or 8 paragraphs here. Oh, no, wait. No, actually, it's over. The 10 best and worst foods to buy at Aldi. Where the hell am I? I thought I was on a newspaper's website. Subway is basically allowing people to open too many franchise locations. When there's too many Subways in one area, each location starts to cannibalize the other sales, and eventually the company is left with failing franchises that ended up having to close, and former employees are now without work. According to Oliver, the chain has had to close thousands of locations. Honestly, this sounds like big boy John Oliver. He's one of the richest late-night hosts in the world. Is punching down at Doctors Associates Subway. I'm so rich. Why don't your business had to close? Screw you. What if your bread smells like a yeast fart? What a jerk, man. What's his problem? To make his point, Oliver presented the studio audience with a platter of Subway sandwiches purchased from 10 different franchise locations, all within 1 mile of the studio address. My brother in Christ, your office is probably in Manhattan, New York. What do you expect? How many banks you got? I guess he does the banks. It was a good episode. I've never seen the show, but I do have HBO. In a Reddit post about the episode, hold on. Oh, but it's not from r/Subway. It's from r/Last Week Tonight. In a Reddit post about the episode, one former employee agreed with Oliver's take on the issue. I worked at Subway for a number of years, and it really is terrible. Thank you for that. The man on the street. Kids say the darndest things. The only people who do well are those who can afford to own several stores. Otherwise, it's apparently just not worth the bread. Classic. I thought he was going to say something about their sandwiches being kind of like slimy and shitty, but instead it's just about the business. Who cares, man? I don't eat the business. I eat the cold cut combo on Parmesan and wheat. Me, normal guy, going to Subway. What can I get for you? Hey, what's your opinion on the number of Subway franchises located within 10 square miles of this location? Just a little strange to me. Anyway, it's a Tuesday. By the way, did you know, and I'm not trying to go too far in this, okay? So, did you know, yes, the chemical that was found in Subway bread also exists in yoga mats. But this is like a little intellectually dishonest because it existed in quantities that the FDA considered to be safe. I know what you're going to... It's the same as when your COVID test is negative, that's how you know it's positive. Well, if the FDA says it's okay, then blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't trust you any more than I trust the FDA. You can barely tie your shoes in the damn morning. Anyway, long story short, did you know Subway took it on the chin for that? And that's fine. I'll go ahead and accept that Subway deserves to take a few hits. But secondarily, did you know that shit is in like 95 other corporate breads you buy at the grocery store that manage to hide under the radar, including America's favorite brand of bread, Wonder Bread? I forget what the chemical's called. It's like ICBM or something like that. It's in like... I'm not going to say every bread you buy at the grocery store, but in many breads. Many breads are holding this. Dave's Killer Bread would never? You're actually kind of blowing me away. I thought Dave's Killer Bread was a Vancouver chain. Now I realize I've been buying Dave's Killer Bread Little Big Bread for my baby, thinking I'm supporting a local business. Shit was probably started in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I got to switch brands. But you know why I like the... And I know how this sounds. Look, I would love to buy fresh bread every 3 days, okay? Because it tastes better, and I feel better eating it because it's like real food. But Dave's Killer Bread is a tasty bread, and... when you buy it, the best before date is literally like 18 days in the future, which is amazing. That completely fits the frequency of our bread consumption, which is relatively rare except when the baby goes on like a toast kick. It's not a sponsored stream. I don't have any space in my deep freezer. We don't need to do this again. It's okay. Northern Lion is dead. This is Northern Kitten. I'm a nice guy now. I don't want anybody to think that I'm toxic just because I cherry pick comments from chat from XX69, the wrong wholeslayer 69, who says, I don't like the word yeast. It makes me think of like a yeast infection, like in the coochie. I wouldn't want people to get the wrong impression that I'm out here just trying to light people up that are approaching this with a good faith argument. My hater arc is over, man. I'm back and I'm I'm a nice guy now. I do yoga. I'm Zen. I've done a 15-minute Shavasana. That's what it's called, right? The one where you just lay on the ground and pretend you're working out. Life's too short, man. Ciabatta? No, the bread converse. I could see how you would be confused by that, but the bread conversation is over. We've moved on to the yoga conversation. Confirmed this will be the most toxic stream of all time. Wait, hold on. Okay, I gotta load up the game. I forgot how to stream. I was like, what's the first step of the stream? After you do a tight 5, you load up Super Auto Pets, of course. Hey, also, my anniversary was on Sunday. Woo! I went out to a nice restaurant with my wife, and I had a great time. My mom is still here, so she babysat the baby. And then, what's the deal with fancy restaurants, man? Reservations at 8:30, didn't eat dessert until 10:30. I'm old. I need to go to sleep. Okay? Come on, man. Oh, it's all artisan handcrafted. Oh, the food is made to order. Okay, how about you just get that, just put that shit in an aluminum bag, keep it in the heat lamp, so as soon as I order it, it's ready to go. And, reservations at 8:30, sit down at 8:26. I'm out of the restaurant by 8:42. That's the dream, man. Just go to Wendy's? That's where I was, man. That would be funny, though. I could have been eating an Italian BMT. They say romance is dead. By the way, I don't even want to talk about it because, again, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm a nice guy now. I made the reservation for the restaurant on Open Table. A day before the meal, Open Table sent me a text message and said, please click on this link in order to confirm that you're going to be there. And I was like, I thought that the reservation was kind of that to begin with. So I was like, okay, I confirmed the reservation that I made myself. And then the morning of the meal, like 12 hours before the meal, I also received a phone call from the restaurant. And they said, hey, we're trying to reach you to make sure that you are going to be at your reservation tonight. Please give us a call back. So then like 4 hours later, I gave them a call and said, hey, it's the guy who made and confirmed my reservation. Here I am confirming my reservation again. And they said, all right, see you tonight. Just seems like a lot of work. Did we make the Open Table in the first place in order to streamline the whole reservation process? Just seems unnecessary. Here we go. Okay, now this is where you, and normally I would maybe snipe back at this, but this is where you say something like, and first off, Phoenix Falls, thanks for the gifted subs. You're helping me live my dream. I appreciate that. This is where you say something like, NL, have you considered the concerns for a local business in the restaurant industry, especially post-COVID? They're not getting as many tables as they normally get. They're not getting as many checks as they normally get. And also, one of the biggest problems in the industry is people reserving tables and then no-showing. That's fair. All I would say, because that's a very good point, and I think that you're approaching this in a good faith argument, all I would say is that I'm not like an asshole, and like I'm not a selfish... When I make a commitment like that on a service as sacred as Open Table, I honor the reservation. I'm not like normal people where I'm like, I'll be there at 8:30. And then at 8:30, I'm like, I've decided I'm not going to come. That's never been a problem for me. He can't stop being evil. /marker, SAP.